Hi, my name's Mark, and thanks for tuning into It's All About Racing. Today we're going to do something really unique and something different. We're going to take a look at not one, but two Mercedes AMG GT3 Mad Panda Motorsports cars. Simply, Mad Panda. How do you like that? Not one, but we're going to review two of them today. These are the exact same cars, number 90. The first one competed in 24 Hours of Spa in 2020. The second one was the winner of the silver class in 24 Hour Spas in 2021. Now let's take a look and see how these things are packaged. I've never been a big fan of Spark model packaging because, quite frankly, they're rather cheesy boxes. But like all 143 scale cars, I mean, virtually all, they come on very nice bases. They're enclosed in a jewel box, so you don't have to buy one if you want to display it. However, getting back to the packaging, these are very unique. These are limited edition cars, and we'll get into that in just a moment. They are a Belgian team, as you can clearly see on the box and on the base of the car. And if you turn the box around, the Belgian heritage is clearly evident on it. If you take a look at the bottom of the box, you can see that it is a licensed Mercedes product made by Minimax and Spark. And that's the 2020 car. This is the 2021 Mad Panda. There's a look at the bottom of that. Exactly the same as the one you saw on the 2020 model, and with the Belgian flag on the back of that as well. Now we'll take a look at the car itself. I figured I'd start with the 2020 model, since this is the first of the two. These are Spark models. They are resin, which means there are absolutely no moving parts, no opening doors, things like that. They do come attached to a very nice, in this case, a cream wood base attached with two screws and are enclosed in a jewel box, as you saw previously. I did mention that these are limited edition models. They are. We'll take a look at the back of this right here. You can see this is 131 out of 500. These are very, very unique, I think. I think this is one of the cooler cars that I've got. I absolutely love the Mad Panda idea. Like all Spark models, details are just absolutely exceptional on this. You can take a good look at this picture and you can see the details are evident in the wheels with the Pirelli P0 tires, the red center lug nut. You can see the rotors, the brake calipers. If you take a look at the door, because the Mercedes AMG is a front engine car, it does have an exhaust that comes out the side of both passenger side as well as driver, and you can see that clearly here. And these Spark models, I mean, just take a look at that exhaust. All the copper parts, that lead to the exhaust itself are clearly evident, and the exhaust is a separate piece of plastic or metal. I'm not sure what it is, but it's just not like painted on there or painted on whatever. It's actually an inserted piece. The cabin is just absolutely fantastic. You can see the carbon fiber trim all the way around it. You can see the nets inside, the seat. We'll take a look at the front of the car. Again, and here again, you can clearly see the Belgian flag there. Absolutely gorgeous grille staring at you if you happen to be looking at it from this angle. You see the fog lights, the headlights. Beautiful carbon fiber detail on the front splitter, as well as the dive planes. And if you move up a little bit further, you can actually see in the cabin, and there you can see the steering wheel, the seat belts, and we'll turn around and look at the front side because it's a really neat view from here. There you can see the radiator clearly sticking out of the front along with the fan on top of it. Also to note, on the front side of the car are the emergency switches to turn on the fire extinguisher, as well to cut off the electrical power to the car if need be from a marshal on the side, instead of if the driver is incapable of doing it for whatever reason. This is a good look at the back of the car. Again, these are limited edition cars. This is 131 of 500. Folks, if you really want a cool car, Spark does have some limited edition models. When I'm looking at buying them, I specifically try to look at good pictures to see if I can ascertain whether it's a limited edition, because a lot of times they don't. I can tell you on most of the Mercedes race cars, the Lamborghinis that they make, and some of the Porsches are limited edition, just like you see here. And we're talking about 131 of 500, not 131 of 1,000 or 2,000 or 4,000 or 10,000, just 500. That's not a lot of cars, and it makes it a really unique collector's piece to add to your collection. So I'd suggest if you like this car, go ahead and get one. Anyhow, let's take a look at the back in a little bit more detail. The rear diffuser is absolutely massive. You can see the carbon fiber trim on it. Tail light details are just fantastic. The Mercedes logo. On the top, you see Mad Panda Motorsports. On the front of the rear wing, we'll take a look at the bottom, and there's a real treat on that because it is different. It says eat, sleep, and repeat. I would assume that's because this competes in endurance racing and probably has something to do with that. I suspect that might be the case. Very little to see through the rear window into the back of the car, where they're likely to have the fuel tank and other frame parts such as bracing hoses, things like that. Side of the car, absolutely gorgeous. Again, just like you would expect from the front of it. It does note the names of the drivers here. You have Compact, you have Sanchez, Pujaca, and Assenheimer. 4 guys driving this car, because remember, this is competing in a race that is 24 hours long and usually comes up right after you see Le Mans. Now we'll take a look at the top of the car. And what's really cool about this, I just love this Mad Panda logo, which you can clearly see. There's 1 on the roof, 2 on the sides. It's just a really good looking car. In a second, we're going to look at the entry from the following year in 2021. You get more Mad Panda. This is Mad Panda 2021, and in this particular race, as you note on the base, this car did win the silver class in 24 Hours of Spa in 2021, so congratulations to Mad Panda for a big win there. Just like you saw in the first car, details are absolutely gorgeous. It is the exact same car, the number 90 car. The driver lineup is a little bit different, as you will see. But all the details that you saw in the first car, you clearly see on this car. Antenna details, stunning. Wheels, stunning. Look at that black carbon fiber, flat black carbon fiber finish, surrounded by Mad Pandas everywhere. I mean, if you couldn't get enough of the Mad Pandas on the first car, you surely can't get enough of them on the second car. We're going to take a look at the front of the car right now. Again, you see the Belgian flag on the base, which I think is a really cool touch. Tells you what nationality the team is based on. And as usual, carbon fiber front splitter, carbon fiber dive planes. I like how they blacked out the Mercedes logo on the front of the car this time, even though the grille is done in silver. You move up, you can clearly see the interior details of the cabin. You can see the emergency switches on the outside of the windshield. The steering wheel is evident. You can see the seat belts back there. There's the names of all the drivers on the dash, as well as the Mad Panda logo and number 90. I would assume that is for the interior camera to identify the car when they're utilizing that in the race. I'm going to take a look at the front of the car here. Again, because this is a front engine car, the radiator is right up there. You see the radiator and the fan on top of it. Very, very cool. We'll go around to the back of the car now. This car was one of only 300. The other one was one of 500. So they even made fewer of these than they did the first, which means I think if you get this, you are one very lucky soul. And if you can get one, I would strongly suggest doing it. Rear details, just like the first car, are beautiful. That massive rear diffuser and carbon fiber trim. I do like how the Mad Panda is eating some bamboo on the back of the car. You didn't see that on the other car. Again, you get more and more Mad Pandas on this car than you got on the first one. This time, on the top of the rear wing, it says eat, sleep, and repeat, as it did on the bottom of the rear wing of the previous car. So what does it say underneath this one? Well, I'm sad to say it's nothing really clever. I think it's the name of one of their sponsors. Here as it goes, I lift it up. I want to be careful so I don't break this thing. Meccano. Meccano. That's really kind of a cool look at it, too, from that angle. So there is something on the bottom of the rear diffuser. I'm sorry, the rear wing. And now we'll take a look at the passenger side of the car. And again, it's more of the same as you saw on the front of the car. Exacting details are absolutely gorgeous. Notice right above the, the vent on the front of the car behind the rear wheel, you'll see an orange circle there. That is an input for the air jacks. They just plug that up, and it immediately inflates activates the springs in the car, which elevate it into the air so they can change tires and do other work that they may need to do under the car during pit stops. But that's what that is for, if you're wondering, and I just thought I would point that out. Another just absolutely gorgeous view of this beautiful car. The driver lineup was a little different this year. You have Compact and Sanchez and Khawaja all returned, with Brukers as the fourth driver. Well, folks, thank you for tuning in to my double header of the Mad Panda Motorsports. I hope you have enjoyed it. I think it's really cool to see these two neat cars side by side in one video, so you don't have to watch two. If you have liked this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe.